Well, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Superintendent. I see so many friendly faces here that I've had relationships with for, 19 years. I came from Toledo Public Schools, 18 years in the classroom. This is my 19th year in the legislature. And I left my babies in the classroom to help them have an opportunity in this country through education. And opportunity is the word I believe we need to focus on today and focus on as we move out of the situation we're in. So I'm going to pose some questions, kind of challenge us. We don't want to be all over the place because chaos never gets us anywhere. So being focused and listening to these school board members, and thank you for your dedication and commitment to our democratic process of local control and the local community having their voice heard and organized and operating for that opportunity. So if House Bill 70 is the vision, I'm going to say that again. If House Bill 70 is the vision for fixing education in Ohio, it's time to go back to the drawing board, or for me, the chalkboard.
Yes, you're so right.
This design is a complete failure.
Yes.
And disastrous for whole communities. We have 3 whole communities represented here. And if we were to add up those numbers, it would be in the hundreds of thousands of people that are impacted by that failed policy, including the businesses who don't like what's going on with the vision of House Bill 70. That is our education fix, because as legislators, and my service in the State House has always been the focus of education reform, to modernize our education system, to meet the needs of our community and the technology that we have today, and we must be focused on preparing our children to meet those challenges. So it's shameful, and it must be ended. And I'm hoping that today is the beginning of the solution, because my colleagues in the Senate do not have the solutions. You have the solutions because you're close to it. You're close to it. You're trying to make that opportunity work for those children in this state and in this country, and I truly believe this scheme was cooked up as a political stunt for then Governor Kasich looking to run for president.
Yes.
We saw how all that turned out. He failed. His education reform plan failed. It's now time for our state leaders to admit this was the wrong move within 24 hours and not one hearing.
Yes.
It's failing our children, failing our communities, and our great state. The proof is in the question, which reveals a very disingenuous motive. And here's the question that I pose every single time that I'm on the Education Committee in the Senate, which is recorded, by the way, thank God. Took them 30 years to do that. But, and some of you have asked, I've asked this question. Is there a clear understanding on the exit strategy for Lorain, Youngstown, East Cleveland, under the state takeover to move you out of state receivership? Does anybody have a clear vision on step by step by step on how we are going to get back our schools, to get back to the state school board, who was elected in a democratic process? If not, if there is not a clear exit strategy to get out of state receivership, this is a complete ruse. Complete ruse. And it must end now and today in this room. Now, I'm a state legislator. Worked on education for 19 years. I was a classroom teacher for 19 years. I'm a veteran as well. So I take my job very seriously. Imagine 10 more urban communities between 2020 and 2022 suffering the same chaos. That is the vision that the state legislators and the governor need to see. You shouldn't have to stand here and convince everybody on why this is such a bad idea, because they can't answer that question. They want us to waste our time, to get into the weeds, to convince them that this was a really bad idea. Do you see I'm kind of angry about it? Because I know what House Bill 70 was originally, and I know what happened within 24 hours of the concurrence vote back to the House. It turned into something I never recognized, and something that I saw as a political platform for running for president. Now, change, and real change, begins with cooperation, collaboration, and funding that needs to be there and exist for you to move out of that receivership. And there needs to be a real value of trustworthiness. Does anybody feel that this system and this reform is trustworthy?
No.
No.
No. You can't get straight answers. You can't get public records requests on how to follow the money.
Right.
Where is the money? Where are those pennies? Lay them on the table. That is your charge. So CEO Hardy has failed in all these areas. Thus, I believe he needs to resign. And the members of these boards who are not locally connected and living in your community should resign and clean house. If we don't accomplish this, and there are 3 different tracks that I see that are happening right now, I'm just watching. I'm watching to see how Joe's bill is going to have solutions. I'm going to see how the receivership is going to be pointed out exactly for those school districts that are suffering and in chaos right now. And for the 10 others who are worried that this next report card is going to put them in the same situation that you are. So we have a lot of work to do. We all know why it's a bad idea. We should stop complaining about it and identifying it, and let's follow that money, because there is scandal. I guarantee you. There's scandal. And believe me, Republicans don't want another E-cut on their hands. And I've been there 19 years, and I know exactly how to sniff all that out. And I've gotten a lot of resignations in my career. And this stinks to high heaven. So I'm here to listen. We've got some really great people here, great Americans who care about their children. And I don't care what color you are, purple, green, orange. If you're an American, you live in this country, you get the same opportunity that I had, which is why I left my classroom, because those little 9-year-olds didn't have the same opportunity I had growing up. And this state forced me out of that classroom because I didn't see the right education reform. And here we are today with the worst thing I've ever seen in my career and lifetime, which spans over 30 years. Superintendent, you know what I'm talking about. It's time to get down to the real business of modernizing education, supporting that classroom teacher. Get those resources in that classroom. They want to do their job. They're not in debt for $60,000 to get through college or whatever the average is to be a bad teacher. It's our job to help them be the best teacher in their heart that they want to be. So I'm here to listen, here for the duration. I want to thank all of the school board members who've been communicating with me. I've got notebooks that are very thick, don't I, Chelsea? My staff and the Senate caucus staff, Kelly, is here, and she helps direct us, and we are taking very good notes. And I can't tell you how much I respect Representative Manning. Thank you for taking this on, because he has always been in your corner. He has always been there to try to make sense of this. And if we can take our political hats off, which we must do because children don't see R&D, Republican and Democrat. They see, first of all, love. They respond to love. And if they feel that love, guess what? They will turn somersaults in the air for you. And they will learn, and they will carry on the heritage of this great country. And that is through opportunity. And the only way that I've ever seen it is through public education. Public education. Let's say it. Public. You're not loud enough.
Public education.
Yes, let's save it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.